Good afternoon or evening, everybody. My name is Sam Franklin. This is my wife, Jessica Franklin. And we're excited to be able to record this video and share a little bit about our thoughts on giving. What's really cool is that giving is pretty much, at least in our opinion, one of the easiest ways to participate in what God's doing in our local ministry. And we can directly see impact when we give. And so we're going to share a little bit about that. I think Jessica has a little bit more of a spiritual take on it than I do, and I have a little bit more of a practical take on it. So hopefully both are meaningful. She'll start.
Yeah, so a little while ago, I studied out what the Bible said about giving financially. And um, one of the conclusions that I really came to was that it's a lot more about us guarding our hearts from idolatry and not getting security from money and what we have financially. And also, it's about God wanting that relationship with us to where we get to come along with him and participate in his greater plan. You know, it's not about God needing our money and funding God's programs because he doesn't need our money. God really doesn't need us. But it just makes me think of that scripture, how the stones will cry out if we don't. And so I think that, you know, when we give, we get to participate in part of God's plan. And, you know, I think a lot of times when we talk about financial giving, it can have a little bit of a guilt associated for whatever reason. It's challenging to talk about giving sacrificially and for people to not feel guilty. And so holding on to that perspective has really helped me. And guard against that guilt. You know, I think also about the passage where the woman gave all she had to live on, and God really commended her for her giving. And it wasn't because she gave this $1 million donation, it was because she gave first to God. And I think for us, I mean, we try to give sacrificially every year, but that doesn't always mean the same dollar amount. And we've had years where we've been able to give a lot more and years where we haven't been able to give as much. And so I think those two perspectives really help me guard against those feelings of guilt and I think help my heart be more participatory in what God really means for us to give sacrificially and financially and kind of go along with him in his plan.
Yeah, I think it's a meaningful perspective. You know, there's also the side of things that just factually, right? We all incur expenses to the church when we show up. Whether that's, you know, as simple as raising the temperature of the building, a degree or two when we walk in because of our body heat, to all the various programs that we get to participate in, they have a dollar cost associated with them. And I just think it's meaningful that whenever you are a part of any organization, secular, spiritual, or otherwise, you know, if you care about it, you contribute to it. And I just think it's so strange that church culture throughout the United States has people who show up, who are given to, but choose not to give back. It's just weird. That doesn't happen. You don't join a club and not pay your dues, you know. So to me, there is a level of practicality to it as well, you know. And it's not just transactional. It's not just I'm getting something, so I'm giving back, because you don't get a bill in the mail. But there is this sense of like, I can make things better. I can make things easier on the congregation. I can give to benevolence. You know, I can contribute to this initiative we're pursuing. I can make sure that missions in this particular country that we're trying to give to, or whether even if it's local, right? Missions in our local region, that they're well funded. I have the power to help that. Maybe by a dollar, maybe by, you know, a lot more than a dollar, but I can make a difference. And to me, that's always been really meaningful and really inspiring and really convicting all at the same time. So we're at just about 5 minutes, so I think you've heard enough from us, but hopefully something was helpful. And if not, you know what? The Bible is, and it's full of stuff that can help. So that's all we got. Thank you, guys.